This is how you ensure you succeed in any money saving challenge. If you're participating in any. If you're not in any, kindly consider joining our 52 weeks challenge, which has already started, and you will just catch up where we are. Week 1 is January 5th. Week 2 is the second week of January. So we are just going as per the calendar year. So number 1, if you want to succeed in any of the saving plans or saving challenges, you need to have a goal. That is, what am I going to use this money for? Number 1, you can say you're saving for your emergency fund, your next dream destination, your next holiday, your kids' school fees, your own school fees, your birthday, for Christmas, for parties, anything. You just have to have a goal. Once you have identified the goal, you need to know how much you need to achieve that goal. For instance, if your goal is 15,000, you need to save 300 per week to be able to hit your target, and so on and so on. So, number 1, make sure you have set your goals. We will highlight a few specifications of the goals versus the amount that you need, but I need you to sit down and assess your own goal and how much you need to save depending on the challenge you want to take upon. If it is a month, you divide by 12. If it is a week, you divide by 52. If it is bi-weekly, you divide by 26. If it is daily, you divide by 365. So depending on your income, that is the determinant of the best approach. The next thing is decide the mode of saving. There are different ways. You can choose an investment plan. You can choose your piggy bank. You can choose to automate to a savings account. You can choose to put it under your mattress. Which one have you chosen? For me, the most ideal is one that will give you returns. And you need to look at them in 2 ways. If you're saving for your emergencies, this money should be accessible as soon as possible. So don't go putting a T-bill that it is your saving, because by the time you start recalling it is a whole new process. So ensure number 1 is that you can access the money within the shortest time. The next thing is you ensure the money is giving you some returns and you can still access it within 48 hours. So that you are not in an emergency, but you don't have money because you cannot access it because you have put it somewhere. You need to give 2 weeks notice. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't put yourself in a situation whereby you suffer when you have something to help you out. Comment down below how you save. For me, I have a savings account and also money market fund, so that at least you can get some small returns in both and you can access the monies as soon as possible. For instance, if you don't have a medical cover, which you should have, nowadays they are as low as 20 shillings. So if you don't have already, you can consider, because one of the major emergencies is medical. So if you don't have a medical cover, you can have money that you can access instantly. Your emergency should be accessible instantly, because this sickness, you don't know what time it can come. It can hit at night, can hit during the day, but remember you have to be extra disciplined, because if you can access this money every day, chances of stealing from yourself are also very high, or using for any other purpose. The next key thing is visualize your progress. Imagine you're saving for maybe for a car, for instance. Imagine yourself getting out of the matatu or getting out of your house and hopping into your car. how amazing would it feel when you're transitioning? Maybe you're saving for a holiday. Envision how your last holiday was and imagine how the next one will be once you save properly and you have the money for that holiday. The next thing is it is good to have an accountability partner if possible. If not, be your own accountability person because it is your life. If you cannot be in charge, then there's a problem. But an accountability partner is really good. They really help. Yeah. Keep your money safe and do not steal from yourself. Do not steal. Stealing means I am going to take 300 and I'm going to return. Get a piggy bank that is not breakable, number one, or automate your savings to an account, number two. That way, you will not be getting the money as random as you want. So, here are some tips you need to consider when you're thinking of creating a saving fund. Number one, it should be in your budget. So don't think that you're going to come up with it somewhere. Include it in your budget. Number two, eliminate unnecessary expenses. If there's anything you can do away with it now. Those subscriptions that you don't use, save on utility. That eat out that is higher than what you have even budgeted for yourself. We said don't be stingy on yourself. Spoil yourself once in a while. So don't say you'll not eat out because you're not saving. Of course you can. It's a choice, but it is also good to the next thing is determine and one of them, even if you eat, we say for your emergency fund you need at least 6 months worth of living. Even if you hit your 6 months worth of living, you have a future, so you still need to save. So don't say I already have my 6 months, so moving on to the next thing. So it is actually good if you have the 6 months worth of living because it means at least your immediate need is catered for. So what next? So you really need to think through how your budget will look like, and you need to have proper priorities so that you don't just feel, oh, I have attained this one, so I'm done. I have attained the other one, so I'm done. You need to have big dreams such that there's always something keeping you on your toes. The next thing is pick the right tools. If you know you're not disciplined, do not put it in the house, no matter how small, because you will steal. If you know you're disciplined, steal. And also look at the amount of money. You can't tell me you'll be saving anything above 500 per day in your piggy bank. That money can be earning you some small interest somewhere else. So why would you want to throw it into your piggy bank? So let's ensure that we keep up with the challenge, but do not put small monies in the house. You can say maybe after 3, 4, 5 months, I will put the money that I have saved into a saving plan in case it is so low that you cannot put into the bank. Say for instance, you're saving like 20 shillings. You can also save. It's a starting point. And the moment you create a culture, it actually will help you to save more. Yeah, so you feel like I can't be throwing in to the account every month 20 shillings or something. So put it in a piggy bank, lock it, and give the key to someone you trust, not someone who will steal from you. Okay? The next thing is, if you have automated your savings and you have put them in different products, saving product, you have put it in money market or wherever, check monthly so that you ensure you are earning income. I'll tell you, and I think I've said before, there is a time we never earned income for a year, although we got it later because we deposited the money. It was a joint account. And then 1 year down the line, when we are going to call up the money, we are told there's no money. It's only that I did an RTGS So I had evidence of sending the money. Can you imagine if I didn't have evidence of sending that money? Number one. Number two, can you imagine how much money we would have lost if it was lost? We lose our money and we lose our interest. So always be on the lookout. In fact, that was my learning experience, because I always used to think, I have done a transfer, so why have they not reconciled their accounts? Only to realize until I visited their premises is when they updated our records. Can you imagine? Yeah, so ensure you're tracking. If you see one of the savings giving you some better money, you can consider maybe having it higher than the other. If they are more or less the same, you can try and balance both at all times. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you're new, kindly consider subscribing. If you're returning, thank you so much for always coming back to watch our videos. We value you, and see you on our next one. Bye.